Hi kids, how are you all? I'm doing good. I hope you too stay safe and healthy with your family members. Yes. Kids, today we are going to see section 3 in our unit 2. Let's have a look on that, okay? Section 3. The monsoon season was the time for rambling about at every turn. There was something new to see out of the earth and rock and leafless bog. The magic touch of the rains had brought life and greenness. You could see the broad-leaved vines growing. Plants sprang up in the most unlikely of places. A people would take root in the ceiling. A mango would sprout on the window sill. We did not like to remove them, but they had to go if the house was to be kept from falling down. See, during monsoon season, we can able to see something new and we can see leafless branches. We can feel the magic touch of the rain, brought greenness to the soil surrounding us and so on. And also we can able to see something new during every turn of monsoon, and also we can see that people tree ceiling, mango sprouts, and it gives pleasant feel to us. How it gives? It gives pleasant feel to us. Yes. If you want to live in a tree, that's all right by me, said grandmother crossly. But I like having a roof over my head and I'm not going to have any roof brought down by the jungle. See, grandma opposed grandpa words like, if you want to live along with the tree, you go ahead. That's all okay for me. Even I too like having a roof over my head, but I can't able to accept the roof brought down by the jungle. Like that, grandma was opposed grandfather words. Yes. Came the Second World War and I was sent away to a boarding school. During the holidays, I went to live with my father in Delhi. Meanwhile, my grandparents sold the house and went to England. 2 or 3 years later, I too went to England and I was away from India for several years. See, it's all about the Second World War. Yes, and he was sent away to the boarding school. During the holidays, he would to spend his holidays along with his father in Delhi. Meanwhile, the grandparents have decided to sell their old house and went to England. 2 or 3 years later, that author also go and join along with the grandparents, and he was stayed away from India for several years, it seems. Some years later, I returned to Dehradun. After first visiting the old house, it had not changed much. I walked out of town towards the riverbed. It was February. As I looked across the dry water course, my eyes was immediately caught by the spectacular red blooms of the coral blossom. In contrast with the dry riverbed, the island was a small green paradise. When I went up to the trees, I noticed that some squirrels were living in them, and a quail, a crow pheasant, challenged me with a mellow, "Who are you? Who are you?" After some years, author was returned to Dehradun. It seems firstly you would have visited his old house, but that house had not changed much. It was as like before. Yes. After that, the author walked out of the town towards the riverbed. Actually, the island looks like a small green paradise. While walking, he had which means he was attracted by the red blooms of the coral blossom. Yes. And also, he went up to the trees, and there he was noted some squirrels were sitting on that tree, and also he saw a quail, a crow pheasant, and it's like a mellow voice which invite the author into that green paradise. Yes. Also, he was feeling like all the little birds were asking like, "Who are you? Who are you?" to invite him into that paradise. Yes, it seems. But the trees seemed to know me. They whispered among themselves and knocked me nearer. And looking around, I noticed that other smaller trees, wild plants and grasses had sprung up under their protection. Yes, the trees we had planted long ago had multiplied. They were walking again in one small corner of the world. Grandfather's dream had come true. By Ruskin Bond. But the author was felt like the tree had identified me. They start to whisper among themselves after seeing me. Yes, and also I noticed that other smaller trees, wild plants, grass and so on. I am very glad to be see the trees we had planted long ago. It had multiplied now. And the author tells us that finally one corner of the world, yes, grandfather's dream had come true. This is what the lesson. Yes, definitely one day the trees will be walking as per the grandpa's dream. Yes. Okay kids, this is what all I have for you in today's session. Yes, here I have attached our homework part. Try to do your homework on time. Okay kids, thank you.